Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome again to our subject, differential equation. And for today, we will be moving on with our topics, and we'll now start with the methods of solution for order one differential equation. And for today, we will be discussing two of those methods. Uh, these are separation of variables, tinatawag, and homogeneous function or equation. Okay, so here's our outline for today. We will shortly discuss what are the different methods in solving differential equation of order one. Uh, the discussion for separation of variables, what is a homogeneous function, and how can we solve functions or differential equation with homogeneous function or homogeneous uh, property. Okay, that is for our homogeneous equation. So our learning outcome for today are as follows. First is to determine how variables are separated. Then identify yung homogeneity ng function and to solve homogeneous differential equations. Okay, so very straightforward. Okay, so let's start off with our introduction. So as mentioned, we will be solving equations or differential equations of order 1. So meaning, pag order 1, again, ang highest differential or derivative occurring dun sa equation natin is yun yung order niya. Kung order 1 siya, 1 lang siya o first derivative lang yung meron tayo dun sa differential equation natin. So, dito tayo makakita ng differential ng derivative na more than 1 or d squared y over dx squared. Ganun, ano, or y double prime, y triple prime, wala tayong ganon. Lahat tayo is y prime lang. And when you see those equations na y prime lang ang kanyang order, okay, here are the methods daw that we need to consider. And for today, we will be discussing yung first two, which are yung separation of variables and homogeneous function. Next week, we will be moving forward with the two other basic or elementary methods, yung exact equation at linear equation. Last time na naghandle ako ng differential equation, we also included yung additional methods, no? These methods are as follows, yung 5. Pero as I witness, no, parang hindi na ma-process ng student nung dinagdag ko yung 5, no? So we also discussed yung integrating factors by inspection, by formula, substitution method, Bernoulli's equation, and coefficient linear in two variables, no? So for our or based on our schedule or outline, we will not be able to cover these methods. Pero if you want, I can post yung recording ko last time na nag-discuss ako nito, no? So you have options on how to solve equations of order 1. Pero this 4 na di-discuss natin for this term or yung midterm phase natin will be useful enough, no, to solve equations of order 1. So, yung additional methods, I'll post this one as additional reference for your discretion if you want to study it. I encourage you to watch it, pero if you don't want to, it's up to you, no? Pero these equations are all useful, especially when solving differential equations of order 1. Pero again, these 4 solutions will be enough, no, to solve yung mga future problems that we will encounter. Okay? Okay, may nakik okay. Okay. So again, this 4 will be our main concern for this term, and we will be starting off with separation of variables. Okay. So as an introduction, we already discussed this one. Okay. So any differential equation of order 1 may be written in the following forms. Last time, we already introduced na ito yung standard form ng differential equation natin, or we can, yung final answer natin pag hinahanap natin yung solution, di ba? O yung differential equation, ginagawa natin ganito yung final answer natin. Or we can also make it like this, no? So, babalik tayo dito sa anong to, sa standard form na to to identify on how we will perform yung mga methods natin. Okay? So, the same lang din naman yan. So, you don't have to be confused with that, no? So, yan. Separation of variables is a special method to solve some differential equations. It can be used when these two conditions are met, no? If all the y terms, including yung dy, can be moved to one side of the equation, meaning to the left or to the right, and all the x terms, including dx, to the other side of the equation. Kaya nga, sineseparate natin. Pinaghihiwalay natin yung two variables natin, yung independent and dependent, dun sa magkahiwalay na side. Okay? And, ayan. Ay, hindi pala ito na, ano, no? So, there are three steps actually to follow. Okay? Number one is to move all the y terms to one side, all the x terms to the other side. And then, next step is to integrate yung yung sides natin with respect to y, and then yung other side natin with respect to x, no? And when integrating, kailangan hindi natin makalimutan si constant of integration na c, no? Kasi kapag indefinite tayo, si c represent yung mga numbers na ginagawa nating zero once na nag-derivative tayo. Kaya kailangan meron tayong arbitrary constant or constant of integration na c. And then, last is to simplify yung equation natin. Okay? So, paano daw ba yan? So, let us have some illustrations. Okay? So, we have here, I think, 6 illustrations to demonstrate yung separation of variables natin. And with the first one, we have dy over dx is equals to negative x over y. So, our goal again is to separate yung x and y, no? And anong gagawin natin pag gusto natin i-separate? Dito, kung sa algebra, pwede natin pag-cross multiply yung dalawa, no? When we cross multiply it, okay? Ano mangyayari? Ito magiging y dy is equals to negative x dx. And what can you observe dun sa atin? Si y is kasama na ni y, si x is kasama na ni x. And magkahiwalay na siya ng side of the equation. Meaning, you already met yung condition or yung step number 1. Na kailangan i-move natin to one side of the equation and to the other side, yung isang variable. Next daw is to integrate with respect to y and with respect to x. No? So pag in-integrate natin yan, okay? So anong integration yan? Anong formula natin for integration, if you can recall? Diba, pag nag-integrate tayo, so lagay ko na lang dito sa side, no? Pag nag-integrate tayo ng variable, no? Ginagawa natin, kung meron siya ditong exponent, no? That will be y, n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. Okay? Yan yung sa basic polynomial natin, which is applicable dito, no? Pero before we can perform that, kailangan sinasatisfy ni variable yung derivative natin. Okay? So, kailangan ano siya, no? Kung halimbawa ilelet nating u cy, dapat yung du natin is equals to dy. Okay? So, kung positive siya, positive din to. Bakit kailangan may ganun? Kasi kailangan by rule, no? Hindi siya lalabas ng integral sign natin kung hindi nasasatisfy yung u du na form. And kailangan lagi natin i-check yan. Okay? So dito sa pag in-integrate na natin to, yung left side natin will be y tapos 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 equals to yung negative sign natin, pwede natin siyang ilabas, no? This can be negative x dx, no? Para satisfied na niya to. Para silang positive. So this will be negative x 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus c. Okay? So this will be y squared over 2 is equals to negative x squared over 2 plus c. Okay? And then we need to simplify, no? So to simplify this, we can multiply both sides of the equation by 2. Okay? So this will be y squared is equals to negative x squared plus 2c. Pero since c is any number, no? Any real number existing dun sa equation natin. Si 2c or pag multiply natin ng 2, that is also equivalent sa c lang din, no? Ibig sabihin any number din. So, yung final answer natin can be x squared plus y squared is equals to c. So this will be the final answer for that one. Question.
Lagi po ba sir lalabas yung C?
Sorry again, medyo choppy yung N.
Lagi pong nakalabas yung arbitrary constant.
Um, yes, pwede no, pero may mga later meron tayong mga solution na naka ano siya equate sa y, no? Kasi ang hinahanap natin is solution, no? Mula sa baliktad na yung process natin ngayon, mula sa differential equation, kukunin natin yung solution niya. So minsan laging ginagawang equal sa y. Okay? So depende sa convenience ng solution, no? Kung halimbawa mahirap siyang i-simplify kapag i-equate mo siya sa y. So this form is already convenient, no? So
Tama.
ayun. Okay? Next one. So we have dy dx is equals to x squared y. So pwede ba natin i-separate yung x sa y dito sa problem na to?
Makakancel po ba talaga yun to dun sa ano? Pagta-transpose po ng X na wala po yun to sa C?
Um, yun nga, yung gusto kong sabihin, si C diba is representative siya ng any number, no? Any random number or any large number. Na pag times 2 mo siya, ganun pa din siya, any number pa din siya. So think of it as, halimbawa ito ay C1 yung ating yan. Then si 2C1, o itong form na to, pwede natin i-represent as C2. So pwede natin gawin C2 to. Kasi hindi nga natin alam yung value niya eh.
Okay po.
Okay. Okay. Going back sa number 2. So can we separate the variables? By algebra. Kaya ba? Hello? Ito, kaya ba? So we can see here x squared y, no? Plus dx to. So kung gusto natin i-separate siya, pwede natin gawin. So dy, dy over dx equals to x squared y. So anong operation para malipat si y sa kabila, no? Gusto mo siyang ilipat dito si y. Andito to. Para malipat yan doon, pwede natin i-multiply both side by 1 over y, no? Para mag-cancel out siya dito sa right side, pupunta siya dito. Or pwedeng gawin din natin, i-cross multiply muna natin sa dx, no? So this will be dy is equals to x squared y dx. Okay? And then di-divide natin both side by y. Para mag-cancel out 'yon. So dy over y is equals to x squared dx. So by performing that operation, and we separated yung two variables natin. And when we see or succeeded in separating them, can perform integration na. And what is the derivative of dy over y?
ln y.
Okay? So ln, ano? So when yung y natin is equal or yung exponent natin is equal to negative 1 or equal to 1, no? Or negative 1, pag nag-plus 1 tayo, nagiging 0 siya. Eh hindi pwedeng mangyaring 0 to. Kasi di ba to, pag change natin into exponent, that will be y negative 1 ey, no? Pero if you will apply this, that will be y negative 1 plus 1 over negative 1 plus 1, which is an error, no? Kasi magiging siyang undefined. which cannot be the case. Kaya kapag special case ng power formula ng integration is kapag equal to -1 yung mismong exponent natin, we use ln. Okay? So, yung integral natin na dy over y, that is equivalent to ln y. Okay? Again, kailangan satisfied si u du, no? Laging satisfied lagi si u du dito. Okay? So, ayan. So dito, that this will be ln y is equals to x cubed over 3 plus c. Okay? And later na lang natin papakita yung simplification niya. Ang mahalaga dito sa illustration natin, ma-identify muna natin kung separable siya o hindi. Okay? About number 2. Separable or not separable? Kasi number
Separable
3.
po.
So, paano natin pwedeng i-separate sa number 3? Pwedeng gawin natin kay number 3 is interchange natin. No? So, ito. Si number 3. Easy lang natin ito. Yeah. So, dito, si number 3, this can be dy over dx is equals to y plus 1 over 1. No? So, pag pinag-interchange natin to, since pwede naman yan sa algebra, no? We will arrive with dy over y plus 1 is equals to dx over 1, which is already a separable equation or separated equation na. No? So, ibig sabihin sa number 3, separable din siya. And mapapansin na dito, yung integral niya will be the same nung kanina kasi y plus 1. No? Hindi natin pwede i-reverse, no? Or the exponent will be -1. So that will be ln also. Okay? About number 4. Separable or not separable? So, pag mga ganyan nakita nyo agad yung function, try nyo agad siyang i-perform ng algebra, no? And dito, makikita natin dy over dx is equals to x plus y. Pag cross multiply ko yung dx, this will be dy is equals to x plus y dx, no? So, nakamultiply si dx dito. So, ibig sabihin, pag ito, dinistribute ko pa dito, laging magkakameron siya ng kasama na y, si dx. And kailangan nga hindi magkasama yung dalawang magkaibang variable. So, this mean na hindi siya pwede i-separate. No? Kahit pa i-factor mo yan, bawa, minultiply mo na to dito. No? Tapos, tinranspose mo siya dito. Eh, may dx nga siya. So, hindi pa din siya pwede. So, these cases na nagkameron ng product ng magkaibang variable will require a different solution or different method para i-solve siya. So, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin si separation of variable. Okay? How about number 5? Separable or not separable? Hello? What do you think, guys?
Separable po, sir.
Not separable po.
Okay, so let's check, no? So dy over dx is equals to xy plus 1, no? When we try to cross multiply yung dx, so xy plus 1 dx. Okay? And simplify natin, this will be xy dx plus dx. Makikita natin, ando na naman siya, no? Naka-product na naman siya. So kahit i-transpose natin yan, hindi maaalis si y kay dx, x dy, x. No? Hindi natin pwede i-perform na halimbawa gagawin natin, i-divide natin by y lahat ng equation. Lalo lang magiging komplikado. So kung ano yung case, hindi siya separable or hindi natin pwede gamitin si separation of variables. Okay? Then we have the last one, dy dx equals to xy plus y. So separable or not separable? So, pwedeng ang isang method natin, wag muna agad tayong multiply ng multiply, no? Cross multiply ng cross multiply agad. We need to check muna, no, kung if we can simplify or factor out some values. Okay? So, dy dx is equals to xy plus y. And as we can see, we can factor out y. So, makikita natin magiging siyang x plus 1, no? So, ngayon, pwede natin cross multiply si dx. So, this will now be equals to dy is equals to y x plus 1 dx. And anong problema dito? Dito sa equation na to, meron siyang y, pero pwede natin siyang i-divide, no? Pag dinivide natin siya ng y, ang mangyari dito sa function natin? Our function will now be a separable function or separated function na siya. Okay? Kasi ito is in terms na siya ni x, ito ay in terms na siya ni y. And you can now perform integration and simplify. Okay? Clarification muna dito sa illustrations natin before we proceed sa actual examples. Okay? So, all right, so let's proceed. Example. So, find the solution of the given differential equation. We have dy dx is equals to ky. Okay? So, ayan, meron tayong arbitrary constant pero ano yan? Alam na naman natin gagawin dyan, no? Or alam natin na siya ay constant. Basta constant siya, we can move it outside ng integration sign kapag constant siya. That is part of the rule ng integration formulas, no? So, solving this one, we have dy dx is equals to ky. So, perform natin yung cross multiplication. So, dy is equals to ky dx. Okay? Pwede natin pag-interchange if you want, no? Pag-interchange na lang natin. Okay? Then, interchange natin. So, separated na ba siya dito? Or nakaseparate na ba ang x and y?
Yes po.
Yes, no? Kasi si 1 over k o si over k doon is a constant. So, parang yan is pwede natin i-represent as 1 over k times dy over y. So, parehas lang yan. Kasi constant na siya. Now, we can perform si integration. Ito yung first step natin, no? Next is integration tayo. So, integral natin. So, this will be 1 over k. Nilabas lang natin yung constant. Then, dy over y is ln y. Okay? Is equals to x plus c. Okay? And to simplify, we can multiply both sides of the equation by k. Alright, so this will be ln y is equals to x plus c times k. Okay? And what can you see dito sa kabila, no? These are properties ng natural logarithm, no? And we can actually eliminate yung ln natin by raising yung function natin sa e, no? Sa exponential. So, pag nakakita daw kayo ng eln tapos meron siyang function, equal siya the function itself. So, meron tayo ditong ln y, then e case x plus c. So, we can raise both sides of the equation by e. So, since merong eln y referring to this one, the left side will be y na lang. Then this will be e. Okay? I-ano ko lang, i-distribute ko na yung ano. Yan. Okay? And anong ibig sabihin ng may plus exponent? Sa exponential rule, anong ibig sabihin pag may plus? Tayo ay nag-multiply ng number na may same base. So halimbawa, meron tayong XA times XB. Ang sagot dyan is XA plus B. Okay? So same din dito. Since may plus tayo, pwede natin siyang i-reverse, no? Ng ganito. Ito. So this will be y is equals to EKX times EKC. Okay? Again, si KC, si C is constant of integration, si K is a arbitrary constant of any value. So we can represent ito as one number lang, no? So y is equals to EKX EC2. Okay? Pero sa exponential raised by any number is also a number, no? A constant number. So this term can also be represented by a constant, one constant. So y is equals to C3EKX. And this will be the solution for the given differential equation. Question. Or any clarification. Medyo ano siya, no? Medyo ano siyang i-absorb ngayon. Pero you have to be familiar dun sa iba pang rule ng algebra kasi nga lagi nyo nang gagamitin yan. Okay? Okay, so can we move on sa next question para baka mas ma-absorb pag may madaming example.
Yes.
Okay, so let's try the next one. Okay, so we have the differential equation y prime is equals to yx cubed. Okay, so it's up to you to determine kung separable siya. Pero since naka-multiply yan, we can divide, no? Yung isang variable sa other variable. So we have y prime is equals to yx cubed. Okay? Si y prime is equivalent sa dy over dx is equals to yx cubed. And we cross multiply, we have dy is equals to yx cubed dx. Pero alin dito yung unwanted na term or variable, si y, no? So we can divide both sides by y, no? Laging natandaan kung anong ginawa nyo sa left side of the equation, you should do it to the right side of the equation to retain the equality of the equation. Okay? Kaya ito, pwede mo natin ma-cancel ngayon. Tapos, yung y natin was transferred dun sa left side. Okay? So, kung meron na tayong dy over y is equals to x cubed dx, we can now perform integration kasi separated na yung variables natin. So, integrate lang natin. dy over y again is ln y. Okay? Is equals to, this will be x 4 over 4 plus c. Okay? And then, since meron tayo ln doon, we can raise that to e. Okay? Plus c. Gawin natin c1. Okay? And this will be y na lang is equals to e x to the fourth over 4 times e c1. Again, this can be represented as c2 na lang. So y is equals to c2 e x to the fourth over 4. So this will be your final answer. If you cannot do anything to it, that will be your final answer. Question? Okay, so sige, another one para mas makita natin, no? So you can ask question na lang later on or if you are doing your self-study, no? Para ano natin, address natin yung concern or questions. Ayan, so medyo iniba natin yung form ng variable natin. Pero same pa din yan. Ginawa lang natin alpha at beta. So we have alpha d beta plus beta d alpha plus alpha beta times 3d alpha plus d beta. Okay, it's equals to 0. Pag ganitong nahihirapan kayo sa variable, no, you can change muna yung kanyang form, no? So pwedeng sabihin natin si alpha, gagawin natin change natin to x, si beta gagawin natin y. Para mas pleasant sa mata, no? Kasi ang thinking ng brain natin pag nakakita tayo ng hindi tayo sanay na variables, nagpapanik agad siya, no? Tulad niyan, nakakita kayo niyan. Baka hindi niyo nasagutan pag nakita niyo 'yun, ano? So, ngayon pwede natin ngayon i-change so dx dy plus y dx plus xy 3dx plus dy equals to 0. Ayun, so ganun lang pala yung kanyang gustong sabihin. Okay? So di ba iba yung pakiramdam pag nakagantong form siya. Kasi familiar tayo sa x and y. So you can do that in your convenience. Okay? So now we proceed sa sa solution natin. So medyo mahaba, no? So ngayon baka hindi mo sabihin mo hindi po yan separable. So you have to check muna before you conclude anything. Simplify mo muna yung problem. If you can group yung mga terms natin, do it. So dito we can actually distribute si xy dito, no? So x dy plus y dx plus 3xy dx plus xy dy is equals to 0. Yan. So pag may ganyan tayo, ang kasunod nyo gagawin, i-group nyo yung lahat ng may dx, excuse me, and lahat ng may dy. So, sa dx muna tayo. Lahat ng may dx. So, may dx natin is ito, tsaka ito. Itong dalawa, no? So, group lang natin. So, y dx plus 3xy dx. Tapos, group natin yung may dy. So, x dy plus xy dy equals to 0. And then, hanap kayo kung anong pwede factor out dun sa mga nag-group natin. So, doon sa first term na grouping natin, anong common sa kanya? Common sa kanya si y, no? And common sa kanya si dx. So, pwede natin factor out si dx, y dx. So, this can be y. Dito ko lang lalagay yung y. Tapos, 1 plus 3x dx. Pag din-distribute ko naman to, saka ito dito, that will be the same. Or baka magtaka kayo, ba't naging ganito po yung form? So, parehas lang naman yun. Pag y dx, tapos 1 plus 3x. Nilipat ko lang po yung dx dito. Kasi multiplication naman yan, you can rearrange. Okay? Next one. Anong pwede natin i-factor out ngayon dun sa kabila? Dito, anong pwede i-factor out natin?
X and dy.
Okay, x and dy, no? So, pwede natin i-factor out si x, then 1 plus y dy is equals to 0. Okay? Then next is we try to transpose yung dy na may yung term na may dy sa kabila. Okay? So y 1 plus 3x dx is equals to negative x 1 plus y dy. Ayan. Okay? Next is to perform yung separation natin o yung separation na. So may y tayo dito. Since multiply yan, pwede natin mag-divide tayo ng y, no? So divide tayo ng y. Divide tayo ng y. Again, kung anong ginawa sa left side, gagawin sa right side. Okay? So, gusto natin ma-eliminate kasi yun dito. Okay? Si 1 plus 3x, gusto na natin yan dyan. Kasi dx yan. In terms of x yan, kailangan si dx kasama. Dito sa kabila, itong 1 plus y na kay dy, kadikit niya. So, okay na yan. Ang ayaw natin ay si x. So, divide din natin both sides by x. Okay? Para mag-cancel out siya dito. Okay? Now, pag simplify natin, this will be 1 plus 3x dx over x equals to negative 1 plus y dy over y. So, separated na ba yung variables natin? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yung lahat ng may x, magkakasama na. Lahat ng may y, magkakasama na. So, separable pala siya. Pwede natin i-solve. Okay? Once we have that, we can perform integration na. Pero we can simplify pa yung problem natin. Okay? So, pwede itong maging 1 over x dx plus 3x over x dx. Okay? Same with the left side. This can be negative 1 over y dy minus y dy over y. So, paano nangyari yun? Sabihin nyo ba, paano po nangyari yun, sir? Si dx, dinistribute, and then, pinaghiwalay yung yung ano natin, yung proper fraction natin. Okay? And now we can cancel out yung mga pwedeng i-cancel out. Dito, pwede cancel out sa second term si x. Dito sa kabila, pwede si y cancel out. Pag simplify natin, this will be now dx over x plus 3dx equals to negative dy over y minus dy. And anong pwede natin gawin na? Pwede na tayo mag-integrate. This is a basic integration na lang. No? So, integrate natin. This will be ln x plus dx equals to negative ln y minus y plus c. Okay? So, pwede natin gawin, combine natin yung may ln sa isang side. Yung walang ln, lipat natin sa kabila. Okay? So, this can be ln x plus ln y is equals to negative 3x minus y plus c. So, yung property natin kanina ng ln, no? Dito, kapag meron tayong addition ng ln, we can multiply yung nasa loob niya. So, this can be alpha, beta. No? So, dito, this can be ln xy is equals to negative 3x minus y plus c. So, pag sinimplify pa natin, we can raise sa e yung both side. This will be xy is equals to e negative 3x minus y plus c. Or, we can do that as xy is equals to c2, lagyan natin c1 to, e negative 3x minus y. So, ito na ba yung final answer natin? So, before we conclude na ito yung final answer natin, kailangan ibalik mo muna siya sa alpha and beta form. Okay? Kung babalik natin siya sa alpha beta form, this will be alpha beta is equals to C2 E negative 3 alpha minus beta. And this will be our final answer for this problem. Okay? Question. So, paulit-ulit naman. Ang unang step is i-algebra mo, mamanipulate mo. Second step, integrate. Third step, simplify. If hindi marunong mag-algebra, problema po yun. Pag hindi marunong mag-integral, problema po yun. Siyempre, pag hindi naka-usad sa dalawang step, hindi din masisimplify. So, that will be also a problem. Question po.
Wala na po.
Okay. So, ganda ng breakfast natin, ano? Okay. So, let's continue. I think we have another one. Okay. So, we have x dy minus y dx is equals to x squared dy. So, i-solve natin to. So, let's try. So, uh, x dy minus y dx is equals to x squared dy. So, pag combine natin yung may dy, yung may dx, lipat natin. So, x dy minus x squared dy is equals to y dx. Okay? And then, we can factor out dito. So, since x dy yan, pwede factor out natin si dy lang, no? Kasi hindi naman yung magiging kasama si x. Okay? Nandito, y dx. And then, now we can perform yung ano natin, i-divide natin, no? So, dito ayaw natin tong x minus x squared dito. So, di-divide natin ng x minus x squared. Parehas nung side ng equation. And this will cancel out. Cancel out. So, wala na siya doon. Then, doon sa right side, ayaw natin ng y. So, ka-cancel out din natin yung y. Okay? Now, we are left with dy over y is equals to dx over x minus x squared. Okay? Ayan. So, ngayon, okay ka na doon sa first step. Next step mo is to integrate. Okay? And anong problema dito yung sa left side, no problem. Madali lang yung left side. Yung right side yung magiging problem natin. You need to simplify yung dx over x minus x squared. So, wag muna natin integrate, ha. Simplify muna natin. So, pwede natin factor out si x and then we have 1 minus x. Pero, di pa din natin na-solve yung problem. Wala ka tayong direct derivative o direct integration para sa ganyang form, no? And when we see this kind of form ng fraction, anong tawag sa fraction na yan? Anong tawag sa fraction na ganyan? Halimbawa, yung 1 over x, 1 minus x. Anong tawag dyan? Or may I ask kung nakaabot sila sa partial fraction sa integral last semester? So how can we perform partial fraction dito? So di bang ginagawa natin? Sinaseparate natin siya as a over x since non-repetition siya, no? Yung case 1 lang to, plus b over 1 minus x. Okay? And we need to find the value of a and b. So gagawin natin, multiply natin by x times 1 minus x. So this will be 1 is equals to a times 1 minus x plus b times x. Okay? To arrive with the value of b, we need to assume values ng x, no? Dito, kapag dito para maging 0, no? Ang ginagawa ko ganito, no? Substitution ako ng number. Gusto kong malaman yung value ni b. Para malaman yung value ni b, kailangan maging 0 to para walang value si a, no? And anong number para maging 0 to? Anong kailangan i-assume mong value ni x?
1.
Okay? Pag x is equals to 1, sa-substitute mo ngayon doon, that will be 1 is equals to a, 1 minus 1 plus b times 1. Pag sinolve mo, this will be 0 na. So, b natin is equals to 1. Meron agad tayong value for b. Next, anong number para maging 0 to? Anong number sa substitute natin sa x para maging 0 naman si b?
0.
Okay? So, when we let x is equals to 0, this will be 1. is equals to A, 1 minus 0 plus B times 0. So ito ngayon si 0. Dito, magiging A is equals to 1. So pag binalikan natin itong equation natin, this will be 1 over X plus 1 over 1 minus X. So itong equation na to, we can represent it as this form. Okay? Again, this is partial fraction. Okay? If you want reference for this one, meron din po akong video nito. Okay, kung paano pina-perform yun. Kasi merong 4 na cases yan. Pero it is not the scope of our subject na. Kasi you have to be aware of that already. Okay? So dito, yung continue natin, no? This will be dy over y is equals to, this will now be equal to 1 over x plus 1 over 1 minus x dx. Okay? Again, itong value na to, okay? Sinubstitute na natin yung equivalent niyang partial fraction. So, dy over y is equals to dx over x plus 1 over 1 minus x dx. Okay? Now we can perform yung integration natin. So this is ln y equals to ln x. Nandito, ano magiging ano nito? This is, pag kinuha natin yung du nito, yung u nito is negative 1 minus x. So ang du niya should be negative dx. No? May negative siya dito. Ay dx lang yung nandito. So kailangan mag-introduce ka ng negative number para maging siyang negative dx. Again, kailangan satisfied yung u du. So magigitong minus, and then since that is a negative exponent siya pag nilagay sa numerator, that is ln 1 minus x plus ln c. Okay? Then we can combine yung mga pwedeng i-combine. So pwede natin ilagay lahat ng ln na may variable sa one side, no? So ln y minus ln x plus ln 1 minus x is equals to yung lnc pwedeng c na lang siya, no? Okay? Then to simplify, pa-perform again natin yung property. So this is ln y times 1 minus x over x is equals to c. Okay? And then simplify natin by raising sa e. So this is y 1 minus x over x is equals to c2. So y 1 minus x is equals to c2x. So this can be your final answer, pero you can simplify pa kapag dinistribute niyo yung y. Tapos pagsamahin niyo yung may x. Pero that is one of the possible answer. Okay? Question?
Wala po, sir.
Okay. So, by this point, ito lang yung mga examples natin for separation of variables. For the homogeneous equation, I think I will record na lang yung succeeding discussion for synchronous sa Thursday, sa weekend niyo kung gusto niyo, no? Or sa Monday. Para matapos natin yung ano, no? So, I will just record a discussion para dun sa homogeneous function. Pero for now, if you don't have any more question regarding separation of variable, this conclude our lesson for today. Okay?
Okay po, sir.